Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Today's Diary podcast. As usual, I'm one of your hosts for today. My name is Brandon, and right here in the studio with me, you've got Zena.
One and only Zizou.
Yep, and you've got Ayo, End to End Nation. Right now, he's staring into the camera, trying to make sure that we look as good as we do right now. Yes, it's the festive season and it's Christmas period, and we are here to bring you good tidings. We wish everyone that has followed us, everyone that has been with us throughout our journey up to this moment, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to your family. We really do appreciate you being here with us. But without wasting much time, we'll dive in to Did You Know?
Yep, I'll
Or
make
do
a
you know?
start. So, did you know that the maximum or the longest word with only one vowel is strength?
The
Like
longest
the
word.
longest word in the dictionary which has only one vowel is strength. It has 8 letters with one vowel and 8 consonants.
Okay. We are now on English terms. Well, let me take it away from the idea of me always going back to 1959
Take us to
or
the
18th
future.
century.
Mm.
Now, I would just say in the past, right? When people wanted to do a race, they will always go to the beginning of the line and say, okay, they want to do like, they will scratch their leg on the floor and do it like, say,
On your marks.
on your mark. Yeah, before
Get
they do
set.
on your marks, get set, they will put like, there will be like a line. Just pardon me, my phone keeps buzzing. Um, so, yeah. So they will just scrub the leg on the floor, like say on your marks. That's how they normally did it. So that was where the term starts from scratch came from.
What?
Starting from scratch.
Really?
Yeah, to start from scratch. The scratch, you scratch the floor for them to start. So the idea of I'm starting from scratch. That's where it came from.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Well, good to know.
Zina, you're looking so juicy this
I
evening.
am juicy. What are you on
Yes.
about?
Yeah. You're looking so sumptuous, so plump, like a jewel of inestimable value. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Do you want to tell them what the great day it is?
I'm shy.
Allow me to throw more accolades because
I am shy.
today is Zina's birthday. Today is Zizou's
Don't
birthday.
ask how old.
Today is Zina's birthday. So, guys, we are
Don't ask.
celebrating.
Don't ask me how old, please. Don't.
Yeah, so guys, we are celebrating our queen of the podcast. She's the only lady amongst us, and today is her birthday. We're trying to keep her, wish her happy birthday. We'll see you guys in the comment. Send her your best wishes,
Ooh.
your opinions about everything. In short, horoscopes, all the horoscopes are expecting it from you guys.
Okay, that'll be
But
interesting.
good ones, so don't want the one that will come from SM or native doctor. Be very, very careful. Let's be guided, please. We have the Lord
Capricorns
Jesus.
are high spirited, so
Without
I'll
without
get-
much without much ado, yeah, we know.
that's a Capricorn for
You
you.
people. Anyway, let's not waste much time. Let's dive into the topic of today.
Yep.
Yep. It
Do you want me
is.
to-
Excuse me.
Do you want me to?
Okay.
Okay. So a couple of weeks or maybe if about a month ago, we brought you stories from France about this lady, Giselle Pelicot, who was abused by her husband of 50 years.
Yep.
And the court sentencing was a few days ago on the 19th. So we are here to bring you update to that story because it is one of those stories that kind of really shook everyone, brought international attention on France and everyone. Like everyone that's heard this story, there's no one that will say I did not like just shiver to my core because of what happened. A lot of women have suffered sexual abuse, but few of them has been from their husband or their spouse and for such a long time. And the manner in which Dominique Pelicot did his is peculiar, unique. You get, so drugging your wife, bringing people, strangers, to sleep with her unconscious. That is something that has not been heard of forever. I don't know. I'm sure it has happened, but Giselle has been the first person who said, I need to throw more light on this. I need people to be aware of what could be happening, and what maybe if they are aware and ashamed to come forth, she wants to be that person who says, you know what, it is time we turn things around. It is time we stop being the one that are feeling ashamed of what has happened, because we are victims. The shame, the guilt, and everything needs to be to the offender, not on the
Victim.
victim. So she decided that this case will go public. She will have an open trial, and that has happened. And the sentencing was on the 19th of December. And today we are here to give you updates to that story.
Yes, yes. It's only right that when we start something, we finish it. We started this way back and we brought this to your attention to let you guys know and bring it to the general view of everybody, not just those in France, but bring it to those in the UK, those in Australia, Canada, in Cameroon, Nigeria, Congo, Senegal, South
To the
Africa,
world in
to
general, to be
Africa, to
honest, it's
just to the
pointless
world,
even
to
calling.
shed more light on
Yeah.
this. So such animals, such bad people are not being hidden. They don't slip through the cracks. You know, you don't have people that are abused in such manner and they go unforeseen.
Yeah.
Thank God for the courage of this lady, Michelle Pelicot, that came forward to say that no, she's not just being a victim that hides behind the curtains. She's coming forward that people will see this and be able to understand publicly, putting everything to shame. Now, this case has been going on for quite a while now. And if you didn't watch it, if you don't understand what we're talking about, please just go to our previous episode. You'll see it will tag it on this video
On
as
this
well.
video, yeah.
You will see it on the template and at the end of the video as well. So just watch it to get more understanding of what we're seeing right now, because this is just the end of the case. We told you guys that we're going to come back with it,
Yeah.
what happened.
So
So
basically, this man has been abusing this woman for a very long time. Definitely, they have evidence. The videos they found on his hard drive date back to almost 10 years ago. So chances are he has been doing this way before 10 years, like the last 10 years. But they have videos, evidence of the last 10 years, not only of his wife, like his daughter, his two daughter-in-laws, So there is a lot of evidence all this time. And he was not just discovered or caught in 2024, though the trial has been from September till now. He was caught in 2020. But the whole story and everything, the evidence was really shocking to Giselle. And it took her, like her lawyer said, it's been going on for so long, but it took her more than 4 years to really watch all of these videos, because they said they found thousands of videos, to watch all these videos, seeing herself lying there unconscious, snoring. I think she said that's one of the most shameful. You can think it's just snoring. She said just sitting in court watching a video of her lying unconscious and even snoring while people took advantage of her is one of the very embarrassing things that she's had to deal with for the last 4 years. But yeah, it took her 4 years to get to the point where, she said, you know what, I'm ready to come to the public. Because some people are saying, wow, yeah, she's very courageous, but that doesn't mean it's been easy, because they
yes,
dug her entire life out. And yeah, it's really shameful.
it's not been something that's been easy on her, and we applaud her for coming forward. We know recently there's been a lot of Me Too, and this particular thing of holding such predators has been tainted. But our heartfelt sympathy and concern goes out to the true victims of those who suffer such things. It is sad for an adult or even a child to ever go through this, talk less of a parent, and not something that it happens once, but happen over a period of time with many different people and different individuals. So this is not something that it's easy for someone to just walk through the door and say, I want to go through this and show my life to the public. Mind you, all this is taking place in the court and they'll play those evidence
Yeah,
for people to see.
Yeah.
And the people you've accepted to sit in the court with you are the people that are going to view it. So the nakedness, or even if they blur it, but the action, everyone is seeing the faces of the individual
Yeah.
that is
You know,
carrying the act on you.
they had to really play it because remember in our previous episode, as at the time they had found 72 men, but they've only been able to identify 50 of them. So as at the 19th, they did sentence 50 of them, including her husband Dominic Pelicot. So given that they had to give them their own sentence, at the end of the day, they had I'm saying we as if I was in the court. They had to watch this video to be able to give them the appropriate sentences. That's sentencing, because shockingly, most of these men were saying, some of them pled no guilty
Yep, because they
because
believe that the lady was aware of what happened.
that they thought, some of them thought it was just a game that they were she was playing with the husband. Some of them thought it was not an abuse because they were invited by her husband, even though she was lying there snoring unconscious. I don't know how that can be a
You, you
game.
know this
You know.
this thing is not something that is just happening. Like there is a group, and there's a group chat, there's an app even, and a forum that these people are there and they're conversing, and they have certain type of wants, needs, characteristics of the people that they want to spend such time with. And those characteristics were such that when they meet her, some of them are thinking, or they are saying that they were thinking that it's part of the game they were playing.
Yeah.
But that does not take away from the fact that that person was not aware. And this particular case has shone light on what the law in France is actually saying about grape, if you get what I mean. So at first, it only described a situation where someone is being forced, coerced, or there's act of force or
Yeah. I
restraint.
mean, I think that's one of the things that has been highlighted throughout the case, that the
Yes.
law in France is very vague.
Yes.
So that is one of the greatest achievement of this case, because a lot will change in France. A
Yes.
lot of attention has been cast on them at this point, and I would say they have no other choice than to really revise a lot of their laws, because many women are coming up now and saying they did not, or they don't trust the French justice system, not because of anything, but because the laws himself cannot really hold people accountable. Again,
Yep.
because okay, for instance, they say less than 10% of women who are sexually assaulted actually report it. Like, and in the 10% that reports, just between 1 to 4%
Out of 100.
actually do what, get to point of sentencing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
really low.
the remaining 90 something is lost
It's
somewhere.
lost.
So it just gives you a view of the troublesome scene when it comes to these things in France. Other than different countries, UK, US, that it starts from consent. There's even the possibility of you being arrested for graping your wife.
Yeah.
So because you went in there you went to collect the cookies without seeking consent, because you
Not
thought
only they
it was
don't,
your
it
own
doesn't
person.
only start from, like, we even have cases now that it can start with you giving your consent, and then at some point in the process you withdraw that consent.
Yes.
So you should be able to stop,
Yes.
which is very good. I think I followed one English lawyer, and she said she really did struggle in the beginning while she was investigating this case and reporting it, because it was really different to the way it is being handled in England. And one of the shocking things is, especially now with the sentencing, a lot of people are saying they are not, a lot of people in the world are saying they are not happy with the sentencing, though they've given them the maximum sentence that the French criminal system, I would say, offers for cases like this. But they are still unhappy because even the maximum sentence is not good enough for
Yes.
such a crime, because they've given Dominic Pelicot 20 years imprisonment, And of that 20 years, he only has to serve at least, is it, or maximum of 2/3? That's what, like, just above 10 to 12 or so
Yeah.
years imprisonment, which they think is not enough because that's what you get for one, I don't want grape. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you get for one grape. But this is multiple and
Occasions
multiple occasions,
over
bringing
the
multiple
years.
people over decades, and 20 years doesn't just seems to be enough. In England, you get life imprisonment.
Yes.
And that life imprisonment, at least not that you spend your entire life in prison, but you get to serve at least 15 years imprisonment, and then you remain on the grape
I
license
I don't
where
know why.
you're constantly being checked, and if any, like the slightest concern is raised by anyone in relation to that, to your name, you go back in prison immediately.
Yeah, I don't know why. If someone offed a person 10 years ago and offed another person 5 years ago and offed another person again in 2024, they are not going to say, oh, they are judging it from one perspective.
Yeah.
It will be 3 to 4 different cases
In England, isn't
in
it?
in England or in
Yeah,
USA. It will be
Europe
even
in
I think even
general.
even even in France it will be different cases. They're not going to try you for just one offing.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be the
Say one
multiple.
often.
It will be the multiple things you've done over the so why is it being this one being grouped from that perspective?
Yep.
So
I mean, now that you said why is this one being grouped, I also read that in France there is no law, I'll say, governing or protecting domestic violence, like separating what happens in case of domestic violence, which is something that is very common these days,
I
and
don't
a
know
lot
why such civilized
that they
environment.
just group domestic violence under violence, like public violence. So you get, so if you go and report a case of domestic violence, it is not treated with any,
That is
I would
deplorable.
say, any seriousness, because it is just treated as equal as someone vandalizing or being vandalized in the public. Like, it's just violence. So a lot will change moving forward.
Considering that France has been existing since the 18th century and has moved to a sector that you say is a civilized environment, being their law being this less detailed, not probably not properly applied, is just totally shameful on the French people and the way they you go to somewhere they say French kiss and French love, and you guys don't even have law to protect that love and the kiss that you guys want to throw about to the women. It's just this is something really deplorable. It's unheard of. You guys you should do better. Mr. Macron, this is something you should do better within your tenure. Something that you can turn around to make an impact, so that your time of office it will be recorded that you changed some certain laws in France
Well,
that
at
had
this
weight
point,
for
there
women.
is no stopping, isn't it? So there is no, yeah.
These people can have conversation for 10 years. So
Well,
they
but
can have this
at
conversation for
least
10
they are having
years.
the conversations now, because this is something that over the entire existence of, what, I don't know, the world, has not happened. And now, at least, even if they are only having the conversation, people are aware, which is good. I would say is a great achievement. And I would I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
just
if I were to be Giselle, I'm not sure I would have been able to do what she has. It is very, very brave of her, and that is why the entire country, the world at large, she's being celebrated. You go to France, all like organizations empowering women, they are like, there's been strike since this case started in September. Every day they will march to the courtroom, they will stand there until the end of the court session. They will be singing and praising her, because we know what this I mean, this has taken I'll say every inch or ounce of blood or energy in her being. It is very difficult, but she has really endured till the end, and
yeah,
we
this
couldn't be
is
more proud.
let's touch a bit on the actual the ending of this particular case. So the verdicts of the case is that 47 total men that were sentenced are, I think, 50 something, 51, 51 men. So 47 of them were found guilty of aggravated rape, 2 of them of attempted rape, and 2 of them of SA.
Mhm.
So if you do understand, they have broken this down and to different segments, and not everybody is being grouped based on how we've explained before that some said she was conscious, she knew, she gave consent, she gave this, and being that is you say I say, you say I say situations, and their own, mind you, they have their own lawyers too that will come up with their own
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and the loopholes that they do have in the system has made it such that these men have been able to uh, wiggle themselves out of this. There are
One of
people
the
receiving from 3 to 15 to 15 years.
one of them even said he's the victim here.
Yeah.
That he was not aware he was being videoed, so he's actually the victim.
It's
I
preposterous.
know,
It's
I
ridiculous.
know.
But this is where we are now. How do we head forward? Be able to, as a man or a citizen in a country, please protect one another. Protect your sister. Don't go and just stay away. You don't even know what is happening to your sister for the past 5 years. You've not seen them in 5 years. Try and go to them and find out what is happening in their home. You just don't know. Go and do research. Doesn't mean if they are abroad or in different place, have a conversation with them. They might be going through a lot.
Yep.
A lot. And they don't even trust someone they can be able to have a proper conversation with. This is just an example. This is just an eye opener in France. I'm sure in due time there will be more coming.
Yeah.
They have just opened the can of worms. We'll see more soon. But we are here to bring it to you guys. You can trust us on that one.
Well, thank you so much. On that note,
Yes.
thanks for watching as always,
Yes.
and
Celebrate Zizou's birthday. That's the 22nd. So try and be there
until
with
we
her.
see again,
Yes.
speak again. Peace.
See again, eyeball to eyeball. Peace, guys. Bye-bye.